Hello there. Today's episode is going to be a little bit all over the place, mainly because over the Christmas period I managed to get a little bit done, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get any talking head stuff done because, well, we've had a lot of family around and it's just not really been an environment where I've been able to do any talking head stuff like this. But as I said, I have been doing a little bit of work in the background, and you might just see coming into view a little something over there, a little something, yeah, you're gonna see that shortly. But yes, I have been incredibly busy as a bee, as it seems, and essentially, I've been trying my best to sort of get as much content together as I can for you guys. There's been a lot going on in the background, a lot of time lapses and things like that. Unfortunately, it just means that I've not been able to do any of this talking head stuff, the one-to-one stuff that I normally like to do. All that being said though, this episode is just going to be a catch-up video. So I'm going to show you the time lapses that I've done. I've done 2 of them, and afterwards I'll explain exactly what I did, how I approached it, and what these builds are actually going to be used for. So let's roll the clips. So the first one that we're going to look at is this lovely piece of architecture. So this is definitely one of the larger builds that I'm going to be doing in this area, and I know you guys will have noticed in the time lapse there is a block missing up there. I will get that sorted as soon as. I bet that was really annoying you, wasn't it? But essentially this is going to be a library, and there's lots of bookshelves. This took a lot of trading for bookshelves and things. There's a lot of resources that went into this. The flooring, as you can see, is this checkerboard pattern of stripped spruce and stripped birch. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, although again, pretty intensive on the resources. So what I liked about these sort of areas is that you can just kind of pull up a chair, you got a bit of a desk where you can do a bit of reading or writing or whatever it is that you want to do. And there's a couple of stations like that knocked about all over the place. I did want the place to mostly be lit up by lanterns, just to kind of give it that homely feel. So I don't think I'm going to need that. But if I just quickly check, yes, I want to make sure that there's no light level zeros in the place, because otherwise we're going to have mobs spawning. They are much more moody. Then we come up the stairs in the center here, and this is where all of my villagers are going to be put, because this is going to be the trader hall. The downstairs is mainly just for aesthetics, and then the first floor here is, like I say, going to be my villager trader hall. So I've got quite a few cells knocking about here and on this side, and then the same again on the other side. They're essentially just like a mirror image of each other. I don't think I've ever put villagers in using trapdoors to separate them. So I don't really know if this is going to work properly, but I certainly hope it will. I'm missing a couple of trapdoors there. I'm pretty sure I've seen people do this before, so again, fingers crossed that works. And then again, just a bit more of an aesthetic thing. There will be a door put in here, but you've got this stairwell going up here. This is to kind of make it look like it's security locked, so only the elite kind of thing can get through. And then up here, I'm going to be putting a very large round table, you know, like a bit of a cult, or, you know, those kind of Masonic cults or whatever you want to call them these days. Now, the thing I'm most proud of is this roof. This was a bit of a pain to try and get it actually to fit correctly with all the rest of it to attach to the sides of the build, the other sides of the roofs. But I am really happy with how it turned out. I'm just going to nip into Cheesy Cam just so you can get a bit of a proper look of it. I originally was just going to go with regular glass, but I just didn't like the look of it, and I thought having a pop of colour in there is going to look really, really nice with everything else. We also have these front gardens here, which I'm going to put some rows of moss, and I think it was powdered green, or green powdered concrete. Green concrete powder, that's the one. The words were there, I just needed the right combination. And then there's going to be some regular flowers and things like that, bushes and stuff to go in the back garden. After that, the next job is to get all of this area terraformed. It's going to really need to be smoothed out into a bit more of a gradient, so we haven't got this harsh edge. Same with the back bit here as well. I'm really not too sure how I'm going to accomplish this, because I do have a pretty important build going up where that creeper is there, and the cow. So from the bottom down there, it's going to need to slope up in some fashion. It's going to have to be relatively aggressive, I suppose. Some sort of cliff face might work quite well, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a complete sheer drop, because that's just not going to look very good. But that's future me's problem. I'll let that guy deal with it. Now let's move on to this bad boy. Now, you probably will have guessed from the time lapse itself, because you saw me building the insides of it at the same time. This is a mob farm, and I've got it set at the moment where there's trapdoors on the tops of all of the platforms, so I'm only getting spiders and creepers at the moment, just because I mainly need gunpowder. We are going to be doing the end run very, very soon, so we're going to see how that goes. But I am, in fact, particularly proud of the redstone system that I've got on this. So here we have an etho hopper clock, which is just sending items backwards and forwards through this hopper system, and then the output from that, and it's going up to these systems here on each of the platforms. So when the redstone torch is on, it's powering all of these blocks here, which is powering these trapdoors, which is holding back the water. This allows for the mobs to spawn on these platforms, and then when the redstone line up there is powered, it depowers the redstone torch, which depowers the line, which then flips the trapdoors down, allowing the water to spill forward, pushing all the mobs off the side here into this water stream and into the kill chamber. Now, obviously, with me being down here, there's not going to be anything spawning on those platforms just yet, but I do have an AFK platform all the way up there, and with the power of editing, here I am. And essentially, this platform is like well over 100 blocks higher up than the base of the actual farm, so that when I'm up here, nothing else in the area is going to be spawning. Now, the actual spawning sphere, if you like, the 128 block spawning sphere, did catch the side of these mountains on one or two areas, so I did have to go down there and light those up. But luckily, we're in such a position where it wasn't catching any caves or any other little bits of unwanted areas. So I would say that in terms of efficiency, this farm's okay, but it could be a lot better. I'm really not too sure why things aren't spawning a lot more. Like, I'm just getting complete and utter spawns. It's just not really happening too well. I have AFK'd here for a few hours before, and it gets me a fair amount of gunpowder, so, you know, I don't need it to be the most efficient farm ever. It's doing okay for what I need it to do, basically. And as I mentioned before, I do have quite a lot of gunpowder here ready for the end run, because we're going to be needing lots of rockets, which I've already made a load here. And these are actually free rockets for the other guys on the server to take. So if they're running out, they can always get some extras here. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Lord Vic is here. Yeah, I've got a couple of others, obviously, you know, on the go, and they're taking a sweet time to kind of do in a test world. But that one over there, yeah, the library there, that took ages to build.
That looks crazy, son.
I will be building a path soon to get up here a little bit easier.
I was thinking of this too. watching videos on how to get this just like this. There you go, and you done it.
Yeah, no, that's all Jen. That she's a mastermind when it comes to shaping foliage. Yeah, it's got a full interior as well.
Nice, nice.
So the downstairs is mostly aesthetic, just kind of looks nice, and then there's the first floor going to be my villager trader hall. So these are going to be all filled with villagers or
Nice.
librarians,
I like this.
and then this is going to be for the secret club. We're going to have like a secret handshake and everything for this.
Oh, this is crazy. This
Big
is
table in the
nice.
center, you know, big round table. Well, as round as you can get it in Minecraft.
Like the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, it should. It's gonna look pretty good. Yeah, Jen definitely helped with a little bit of just kind of the finesse more than anything else. Like some of the block choices and things like that, like the tough and whatever here. Just getting it to all sit and look correct.
I can tell some of Jen's hands in this.
Yeah, she's good at
Not
it.
that you're not that good, but
She's better.
you can tell sometimes. You can tell sometimes when somebody else gives you a hand.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it. This is crazy.
You do this massive build and you're struggling to fill it because there's just so much space. What the hell do you keep putting in these things?
Yeah, I've run into that problem so many times. Like, if it wasn't for Aaron to help me out with the Adventures Guild,
Oh yeah.
he brought that to life. And I tried, I made it so big, but then how do you fill it? You can only do so much.
There we are, all nice and fixed. But unfortunately, that means that's all I have for you guys in this episode. I know it's been a short one, I know it's been a strange one, but we will be resuming normal scheduling in the next episode. Now, as I mentioned before, I do have a lot of other house designs that I can't wait to show you guys. They're going to have farms in them, and they're going to be going all around this area. And they're going to fill up the space really, really nicely. Honestly, my test world at the moment looks like a village in of itself. It's just looking so good right now. But with all that being said, I will bid thee farewell, and I shall see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.